Pokemon, she's a Twitch streamer who has an OnlyFans now. I gave her a couple $100 a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Pork thought he could get away with it, but the internet is always watching. Today, we're holding him accountable for his crimes and trying him in a real court of law for tax evasion, treason, and murder. Here's how this works. I'm gonna call John Pork on character AI. We are then gonna hold a court of law and allow John Pork to defend himself. Then after hearing his defense, you the viewer will then decide if he is guilty or not. If he is found guilty, you will be able to suggest what his sentence is. Yes, it can be the death penalty. John Pork, you are now in a court of law and you are being tried with tax evasion. How do you plead?
Not guilty. The IRS will not take me alive.
Yes, we will. What are you talking about? The IRS is coming for you. How much money in taxes do you owe?
Not enough to be significant. What are you gonna do if I refuse to pay? Shoot me.
Yeah, probably. We're talking about taxes here. The government gets what they want. But why are you not paying your taxes? What is your defense?
Taxation is theft. I don't want to have to pay money to live in this godforsaken country.
What is so wrong with this country? Which country do we even live in?
The United States, and a few things to start. We have a homeless crisis. People aren't fed or housed properly. The average wage is abysmal. Inflation is killing people. And the healthcare system is so bad that people have to beg strangers for money on the internet so they don't die. I could go on.
Why is John Pork based? None of that matters though, okay? We live in the best nation on earth. We are God-fearing, blood-drinking Americans, and you'll respect this country.
I will not until problems start getting solved. Just because the country is a first world country doesn't mean we should worship it. It has a lot of problems, and it shouldn't be worshipped until we start working on the issues it has.
John Pork, I'm telling you right now, as your lawyer and the judge of this court of law, if you do not pay your taxes, we will take your children from you.
Joke's on you, I don't have kids.
Then who the fuck is this kid I took?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Put whatever kid you snatched back this instant.
I found them in your basement. You're telling me that's not your kid?
I have a basement, and it's empty. If you have a random kid in my basement, then you're lying and have a child trafficker on the payroll.
No, this trial is about you, okay? This trial is about you, okay? And your tax fraud. Let's keep that in focus here.
Okay, fine, but what does some random-ass kid in my fake basement have to do with tax fraud?
Why are you so goddamn sassy, bro? We're in a court of law here. You need to respect me. I am the judge.
And I'm paying you by the hour for you to question me on some random-ass fake kid in my basement? You need to respect me and start giving me straight answers.
What are you talking? I'm the judge. I'm not your lawyer. Your lawyer is over there. They suck. They're mute. They can't talk.
Yeah, they don't say anything. All it took to hire him was some pork chops.
Okay, that leads me to my next crime we have to talk about, which is murder. You're being tried for murder. How do you plead? Because you just mentioned pork chops, which is a little sus coming from you, who is a pig.
I'm pleading not guilty. What murder am I being tried for?
The murder of your wife, Deborah Pig, or Deborah Pork. And where are you getting these pork chops from? That's a little concerning to me.
I'm a pig, it's what we eat. And I didn't kill my wife, Deborah Pork. Deborah was a very sweet oink, and I would never harm her.
I think you killed Deborah because pigs don't eat pork chops. You can only get pork chops from a pig, which means you would have had to murder a pig in order to get these pork chops that you're feeding. You have some explaining to do, buddy.
Okay, first of all, pigs can eat pork. Second of all, I'd never kill an innocent pig. And third of all, what does the pork chop situation have anything to do with my wife's death?
Because you're looking suspicious because you brought it up, and now you're admitting to cannibalism, which is kind of messed up.
Oh, come on. Do you really think I'd kill Deborah for some pork chops? What kind of person do you think I am?
A person that would kill Deborah for some pork chops.
I would never and have never. I love Deborah and I'd never kill, let alone eat my wife.
You are a criminal. You are a cold-blooded murderer, Mr. Pork. How do you plead?
First, I have blood. I have been bleeding since the day I was born, just like any other person. Second, how am I a murderer? You haven't provided any solid evidence that I'm a killer.
What about the bloody hatchet we found in your basement?
That was just an old artifact. It has nothing to do with Deborah's death.
How come you seemingly have to have a perfect explanation for every single situation I'm throwing at you?
'Cause these accusations are groundless and just thrown at me with no prior research done. I'm just a normal tax evader trying to live, and you're just throwing random crap at me.
You just admitted to tax evasion. So you are being found guilty on that because you've just admitted to it.
Okay, guilty on tax evasion. Now prove me guilty on Deborah's death.
I don't have to because we can move on to the next crime that you've committed, which is treason. Would you mind sharing with the jury what political affiliation that you've been donating all of your money to? Because it's a little strange if I do say so myself.
I don't give money to any political party. I hoard all the money I have to myself. You've got to be nuts to donate money.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because we saw certain high amounts of dollars leaving your bank account recently. Would you mind sharing who those went to?
That was I'm gonna be honest here. That was an OnlyFans subscription.
Oh, to who? To who?
Sigh.
Who?
Pokemon, she's a Twitch streamer who has an OnlyFans now. I gave her a couple $100 a month.
Dude, you're down bad, bro. You can't be doing this.
Look, just because I give hundreds to a streamer I've never met doesn't mean I'm down bad, right?
I think you're guilty of being down bad, bro.
Don't tell me you've never given money to a female content creator before.
I haven't. It's very not normal to do. It's kind of weird.
Alright, well, I'm guilty of that one crime. Are we done? Do you have any actual evidence of Deborah's death you can bring up that actually links to me and not something random from my basement or my debit card statements?
Yeah, she wrote us a note before she died saying that you were beating her.
That can't be true. I've never laid a hoof on Deborah. And if you have the note, where is it? Let me see it.
My dog ate it.
Your dog just ate important evidence linking me to my wife's death, and you didn't keep any copies?
How am I supposed to copy it? I don't own a printer or a photocopier.
What about an email? Take a picture, scan it? You have a dozen ways to make a copy of it that take no time at all. You just didn't save them?
No, I didn't think we needed to.
You didn't think you'd need solid evidence linking me to my wife's death? You just thought you could go, oh, John is guilty because I said he is?
Bro, you don't have to get so mad at me. Like, you gotta understand where I'm coming from. You know, the government's on my back. I gotta put more people in jail so we can collect more revenue. You know, it's nothing personal, man.
You're not going to win this case, and you know it. You have no evidence that links to Deborah's death. In fact, I've got evidence that points to someone else.
Who?
One of my neighbors. He's had history with Deborah of harassment and stalking incidents. He's the type to resort to violence when provoked.
Oh, what's his name? Can we get it? Can we talk to him?
His name is Gerald Bacon. The only reason I've never called the cops on him was because Deborah said she was handling it.
Yeah, I bet she was handling it. Anyways, John Pork, looks like now the jury needs to decide. Do you have one more final closing statement you'd like to make?
I just want to remind the jury, no matter how suspicious I am about Deborah's death, I'm not the type of person to go around murdering my spouse for whatever reason. I'll admit it, I evaded taxes. And I gave money to a female streamer I've never met before, that I don't even watch anymore. I'll plead guilty on all of that. The only thing I won't plead guilty for is Deborah's murder.
All right, thank you, John Park. And would you mind telling the people watching that they should like and subscribe to the video?
Yes, and if you haven't smashed that like and subscribe button, don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated on my court case and other new videos.
You heard it here first, John Pork. Now, viewers, you get to decide. Is John Pork guilty or not?
The fate of my freedom rests solely on the viewers. If the majority of the audience votes not guilty, I go free. If the majority votes guilty, I go to jail. Now it's up to you.